Hello watch enthusiasts and welcome to another episode of OJ's Take 5. I'm your host OJ Whatley, coming to you live and in real time direct from Watchuwant Studios and headquarters here in Hollywood, Florida. Today's topic, 5 excellent chronographs hand selected for you guys to give you sort of a variety of the different types of chronographs, as well as to showcase some unbelievable values and what I feel are some very cool watches. So I've got 5 watches I'm going to be talking about today. 4 of those watches are on the table in plain view, and the 5th watch is in this magic box. As we say, what's in the box? Well, it's your turn, guys, to guess what's in the box. So we're going to be giving away a swag bag prize today to anyone that can guess the 5th watch that's in this box, of course, before I reveal it. Now, in the event that nobody can guess the 5th watch, we'll do a raffle drawing of all the people that do submit guesses as to what watch is in that box. So here's your hint as to what's in the box. Are you ready? What's in the box, OJ? All right, this watch is truly a magical watch. It is truly a magical watch. And I don't mean magical in the mystical sense. That's your hint, that's your clue. I'm sure somebody out there is going to figure it out. Without further ado, we're going to talk about our watches for today. So our first watch in the lineup, the Omega Chronoscope GMT. Here it is in the camera. Wow, I love this watch. You know, I love this watch because it's a departure from the typical Seamaster Professional, from the Planet Ocean, or from the Speedmaster Chrono. This is the DeVille Chronoscope GMT. So this watch certainly tracks the secondary time zone, but moreover, it's got a very cool chronograph register system. So here's the deal, and oh, you know what? I forgot to get that pen. Hey, Faylene, can you throw that pen to me or hand me that pen real quick? I wanted to point out these registers. I'm so sorry. I apologize, guys. So what's so cool about this watch, you've got your date indication here between the 11 and the 12, and it's sort of like a triptych date. So you've got 3 dates, and the one in the center is the actual date. For the chronograph, you've got a 12-hour register and you've got a 30-minute register. You've got your 60 seconds counter at 9 o'clock. For the chrono register that measures the hours, what you have is you have a hand that has actually 2 ends to it, one side being longer than the other. And you know what? I just need to reset this watch so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But the way it works is one side of the hand points to the 1 through 8, and the other side of the hand points to the 8 through 12. And gosh, I wish I could showcase this better for you, but I can't even get this chronograph out. Anyways, you'll see it in the pictures, but what you see is this chronograph register here at 12 o'clock. Okay, it looks like the numbers are actually staggered, and the way it works is that when that hour hand, which is pointing to say 5 hours, goes from 5, it actually flips over, and the shorter end of that hand then points to that 8 hour, and then goes to the 12 hour. So it's pretty cool, and I love this sunburst brown metallic dial. It's just really cool. Of course, the watch has a all brushed matte finish. There's not a whole lot of shine to it except in these center links. This is really what I consider to be a very unique watch in terms of its sportiness, its brushed matte finish. It's got that satin finish with that contrasting brown sunburst dial. That's just a very cool, sort of like an iodine color, you know, metallic brown. Really cool, super legible. Of course, you've got nice big hands. You've got those broadsword hands that are loom filled, and you've got your index hour markers. So this watch has a retail of over $10,000. On the Watchuwant website, we're asking $39.95. It's got a 52-hour power reserve, and it's just an amazing watch for the money, in my opinion. Also, it's got a see-through case back, and you can see the coaxial movement. It is that coaxial GMT movement, and it's a column wheel chronograph with a really finely finished rotor and movement. Again, just an amazing value. It's a $10,000 retail. We're asking $39.95. Our second watch on the list is the PAM 311. This is the Mano Pulsante or Mano Poussoir chronograph. The PAM 311 is a 44 millimeter titanium Luminor 1950 case with a tobacco brown dial. So it's an all brushed matte finish, and you've got that very cool tobacco sandwich dial. The sandwich dial meaning that those indice hour markers are actually cut out, sort of stencil cut out from the top dial, and then there's a luminous disc on the bottom of the dial where the luminous glows out from, the cutouts. So this watch is a mono pusher chronograph. What that means is it only requires one button to start, to stop, and to reset the chronograph. Additionally, this watch is based on the 8-day power reserve movement. It's a manual winding 8-day power reserve with a horizon, or what's called double, what's it called? Sorry, I just wanted to get my correct name here. The dog fang power reserve. I call it the horizon power reserve, in the center of the dial just above the 6. So with this watch, you've got a chronograph that tracks up to 30-minute durations, and you've got your constant 60 seconds hand at 9 o'clock. Again, you've got one button to push for start, stop, and reset. And let me just kind of, let's see, did I wind this? Just going to wind this real quickly and just show you the chronograph complication, just so you can see it for yourselves. There we go. All right, so with this watch, it's one push of the button at 8 o'clock to start the chrono, one push to reset it, one push to start it again. It's that simple. Again, there's your chronograph moving. I hit it once and that stops it. I hit it again, that resets it. I hit it again, that starts it again. Truly a very complicated yet simple to operate chronograph. You know what I love about this watch, I love that Luminor case, that 1950 Luminor case in titanium, and I love that chocolate brown dial, accented by this tobacco brown or chocolate brown alligator strap that is just so rich. This watch has a see-through case back so you can see the full movement. You can see those big twin barrel power reserves. Again, it's an 8-day power reserve with 3 barrels that gives you the 8 days of power reserve. And the neat thing about this is it only takes probably less than a minute to wind this watch to full 8-day capacity. So it's not like a watch that takes 10 minutes to wind it up to get that full 8-day power reserve, thanks to this very sophisticated in-house Panerai movement. So best of all, you know, this watch retails for over $18,000. We've got this watch at $12,995 on our website. Check it out, an amazing watch for the money. Also comes with an interchangeable rubber strap, and this watch is indistinguishable from new. Also, it features that signature domed crystal. It's a sapphire scratch resistant crystal, and there's a very cool contrasting high polished bezel. That's the only shine on the whole watch, is that contrasting bezel. Otherwise, everything else is pretty much a matte finish. But a really cool look. This watch goes great with earth tones, with navies and khakis and the like. Can be worn with jeans or suits, slacks, shirts, or shorts. Just a truly versatile and very cool watch, and what I consider to be a great value for a super complicated 8-day power reserve watch with the mono pusher chronograph. That's your PAM 311. The next watch on our list, and I'm reminded by one of our viewers, this actually was a watch that was featured in our show last week, and unfortunately we ran out of time, so I couldn't really talk about it, but this is a very, very cool watch. So this is the Bremont Alt 1 ZT51. This is the GMT chronograph. Now, some of you Bremont fans may remember that awesome and the most ultimate Bremont watch ever produced. That was that the Mustang P51 watch. That watch was instantly sold out. In fact, I remember actually getting one of those and making a whole lot of money on it, but probably selling it for a lot less than it was worth. And at the time, I really wasn't familiar with Bremont. It was probably, 6 or 7 years ago. I almost regret to this day selling that watch, because since I sold that watch, I don't think I've seen more than 2 of those available on the market. But this watch is in that heritage and absolutely inspired by that same look and feel. It's definitely a heritage watch, so you've got the look and the feel of that P51, which is totally sold out, with the contrasting silver subdials, For the chronograph registers, that's for the, well, let me just check this out, I'm sorry. That's for the 30-minute register at 12 o'clock. That's for the 12-hour register at 6 o'clock. This watch is a GMT, so it tracks a secondary time zone, and you've also got a bidirectional 24-hour bezel that is operated by the crown here, over here at 8 o'clock. At 8 o'clock. This watch is amazing. It's got that super thick, bridle leather strap, which reminds you of like a pilot's flight suit. And again, I love those contrasting subdials, as well as those heritage-inspired dark brown tinted index hour markers and the hour and minute hands, which are lume-filled with that brown luminous material to give it that aged patina, heritage-inspired look. So this watch retails for $58.95. We're asking $39.95 on our website, and this watch features that trip. They call this case the, oh boy, looking at my notes here, I'm sorry guys. The triptych case. That's that three-piece case where you have the case made of one material and the bezel, and it's all very modular, but very cool. So that's the triptych design. But very cool watch. Nice 45mm titanium case, and just really nice contrasting subdials. What's also neat is you've got the constant 60 seconds over here at 9 o'clock, and that 60 seconds dial is actually almost camouflaged to fade in with the regular dial. The only thing that's really easy to read or that really sticks out are those red-filled hands for the constant 60 seconds hand. There are some little red markers, again, for that 60-second subdial, but it is very subtle and discreet. You know, if you're looking for it, you're going to see it, but otherwise it just kind of blends in with the dial. Just a very cool watch, and you've also got a date indication at 3 o'clock. So you've really got all the complications, a great traveler's watch, pilot's watch, adventurer's watch, and a super cool piece. That's the Bremont Alt-1 ZT51, the GMT chronograph, inspired by the P51 from Bremont, now long sold out. Let's see, our fourth watch. Oh, you guys thought I was going to break out the magic watch, didn't you? Magic, it's magical. Have we gotten any guesses? Has anyone submitted anything? Has anyone guessed it? We've already got a winner? No kidding. All right, we'll check that out in a minute. Okay, so our fourth watch is the IWC Ingenieur, the Doppel Chronograph. Now, I wanted to focus on this watch because it's our Doppel Chronograph. It's a split seconds chronograph, also known as a rattrapant, and I want to show you how cool this complication is, as well as how easy it is to operate it. So it's a screw-down winding crown. It's a great sport watch. I mean, this is definitely a driver's-inspired sport watch, but as a split seconds chronograph, you've got your traditional chronograph complication, of course. Let's make sure we're set up. You've got your traditional chronograph complication, wherein you can start the chronograph with the button at 2 o'clock, stop it with the button at 2 o'clock, and reset it with the button at 4 o'clock. That's your traditional chronograph. No problem, no harm, no foul. But this watch is a rattrapant, also known as the split seconds chronograph or a Doppel chrono in IWC speak. What that means is that we can start the chronograph with the top button at 2 o'clock. And as that chronograph is running, let's say that there were two cars that we were watching in the race, a red car and a yellow car. If we hit this button here at 10 o'clock, as the red car crosses the finish line, it will cause that seconds hand to actually break apart into two pieces, whereas one piece will freeze and the other piece will continue going around, so you can actually track two different times. And when I hit this button, it freezes and allows me to look at the difference between the red car and the yellow car. Other applicable uses would be timing two different kinds of pastas, for example. If you're boiling the penne and you're also boiling the spaghetti, and one requires more time than the other, that's also a useful practical application of this complication. So that's your split seconds chronograph. What I love about this watch, you've got a 45mm titanium case. You've got a titanium bezel. It just looks so sporty and cool with these black wind down, screw down crown and the black pushers that are really integrated into the case. Super easy to activate, but they just look like a racing sort of precision timing instrument. Love that silver dial as well. And then you've also got the day and date indication. So a lot of people, ask, well, what does Rattrapant mean? Well, I'll tell you what Rattrapant means. It's actually pretty simple. The translation of Rattrapant in French is a verb to catch up. And it comes from the fact that when I push this button here at 10 o'clock, it causes that second hand to catch up with the other second's hand, and thereby you have the naming of the word Rattrapant, to catch up with, meaning two hands which will move independent of one another, and when you can push the button, they'll catch up. That's your Doppel Chronograph Ingenieur from IWC. So what's cool about this watch is this watch has a retail of over $11,000. We've got it on our website at $64.95 with the silver or ardoise dial. A super legible watch, lume-filled hour and minute hands, lume-filled index hour markers, and just a super legible watch to wear, a watch you can wear to the movies and know what time it is, as well as wake up in the middle of the night, it's still going to glow like a flashlight, thanks to that super lume in the index markers and on the hour and minute hands. So that's your IWC Ingenieur Doppel Chronograph. Now for our final watch. So I gave the hint to you guys, it's a truly magical watch. So it looks as though ice cold Nuka-Cola is our winner, and he guessed that the watch we were presenting today correctly was the Hublot Magic Gold. This is a watch we haven't seen very frequently, in fact. A fairly new release over the last couple of years, made in very limited quantities. What I love about this watch, that Magic Gold is really unique. Not a lot of people understand what it's about, but the idea behind the Magic Gold is it is supposed to be a gold alloy based on rose gold and yellow gold, as well as with some bronze and copper. But the end result is supposed to be a metal that is scratch resistant, or at least much more scratch resistant than traditional gold. Hence the name Magic Gold. In this case, on this particular watch, which is the Hublot Magic Gold, we have a 45mm black ceramic case with composite case flanks, and you've got that very cool accenting Magic Gold bezel. Now that Magic Gold is not a gold so much as it is like a bronze / copper. It's really not copper, it's not rosy at all, and it's not quite yellow like yellow gold, and it also has a very matte finish. Non-reflective actually, which gives it a very sporty and cool look. But I guarantee you, when you wear this watch, no one's seen anything like it. This particular Magic Gold, because they have a Magic Gold that's also more of a rose variety, but this particular Magic Gold, and I just want to make sure we get that in the pictures, is really more of a bronze, yellow goldish color, but just so cool. And it almost has like a kind of greenish hue to it. Just very, very cool. Sorry, what's that?
Ice Cold Nuka-Cola said it was a Big Bang Black Magic.
Oh, so we didn't say Magic Gold. So no one said Magic Gold?
Emod B said it was a Hublot Black Magic.
Oh, okay. Did anyone say the Magic Gold Hublot?
No, Fusion Black Magic by Jason Weichers.
So I appreciate all of your guesses, and unfortunately none of you guys were right. And again, the name gave it away, the Magic Gold. But nonetheless, what we're going to do is we're going to do a raffle drawing, and we're going to put all of you guys who guessed wrongly so into that raffle drawing, and we're going to pull a winner, and I will post it in response to the comments. But thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for guessing. I'm sorry nobody got it, but hopefully someone will walk away with that swag bag. In either case, this Magic Gold Hublot features the Unico movement. As such, it's got that skeletonized dial, where you can see the movement through the dial. It's got a, let me see, what is the power reserve on this? I think it's a 70-hour power reserve. It's a 72-hour power reserve. Now, what I wanted to show you about this watch that's cool is this watch features a flyback chronograph. So we featured the mono pusher chronograph, we featured the traditional chronograph, and we featured the mono pusher, mono poussoir, single button pusher chronograph. Now I'm going to show you guys what a flyback chronograph does. So again, traditional chronographs work by you press the button at 2 o'clock, that starts the chronograph. Let me just make sure this sucker's wound. Apologies, guys. I should have had these wound beforehand. All right. So, traditional chronograph. You start the chronograph by pushing the button at 2 o'clock. It goes. You stop the button by pushing the chronograph at 2 o'clock. That stops it. And you push the button at 4 o'clock to reset it. That's your Rolex Daytonas. That's 95% of the chronographs available in the marketplace today. Additionally, when the chronograph is running and you hit that button at 2 o'clock, nothing happens. Not so with a flyback chronograph. In fact, a flyback chronograph is a complication which indicates the type of chronograph reset complication that is involved. So here's how it works. Remember I explained that with a traditional chronograph, when the chronograph is running and you hit that button at 2 o'clock that is meant to reset the chrono, that only resets the chrono when the chronograph is stopped. In the case of a flyback chronograph, while the chronograph is running, when I hit this button at 4 o'clock, it causes the chronograph to stop, to reset, and to restart again with the push of just one button. So if you consider all those complications, you're stopping the chronograph, you're resetting the chronograph, and you're restarting the chronograph, that's a pretty big set of instructions to do, and again, we're accomplishing it with the push of one button. Now, as such, that's why flyback chronographs typically will go for a premium over traditional chronographs in terms of their complication, their price positioning as far as the watches go. As this watch has an Unico, most of the Unicos I believe are all flyback chronographs. So what's neat about this watch is it retails for over almost 25 grand. It's 24/7. We've got this watch on our website available at $14,995. The watch is indistinguishable from new. It's that black ceramic case with those kind of green hued magic gold bezel and magic gold accents on the dial. So cool. You've got magic gold hour and minute hands, and you've got that red tipped chronograph seconds hand. A really great looking watch. On top of that, you've got the full see-through sapphire case back, so you can see the movement. You can see that Hublot movement, as well as that oversized Hublot signature winding crown. This is a 45 millimeter case, and it features what I love more than anything about the new designed Hublot Unicos, the quick release strap changing system. It allows you to change out the straps without any kinds of tools. It's just the spring-loaded triangle right there. At 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock, you just depress it and it releases these two metal prongs from the strap and allows you to make strap changes on the fly without any tools whatsoever. So cool and so convenient. I happen to love that about the Unico and some of the other Big Bang 44 millimeters. This is the 45 millimeter Unico Big Bang. Again, we know that it's got that see-through, that skeletonized dial, so you can see the movement. There you have it. This watch has that very cool rubber sports strap. Again, these straps were designed exclusively for these quick release strap changing systems. So you're not going to be able to put the other straps from the Hublots on this watch. You have to have the specially designed Unico straps. So that's our program for today. Again, unfortunately, nobody was able to guess the Hublot Magic Gold watch that we featured. We'll have another contest on Thursday, and you guys have another shot at guessing which watch is up there. If you like our channels and you like our videos, please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Watchuwant Inc. We'll be able to notify you of upcoming live showings as well as when we're live, and we'd love to have you tune in. So, thank you so much as always for your time today, and as always, wear your watches in the very best of health. Have a great day. This is OJ Whatley signing off.